Welcome to Defenders, Dr. William Lane Craig's weekly class at Johnson Ferry Baptist Church in Atlanta. For more information concerning the subjects on which Dr. Craig speaks, visit our website at reasonablefaith.org. You'll find articles, compelling debates, audio-video downloads, an interactive forum, and many more resources. That's reasonablefaith.org.
Another really interesting article appeared just this week in the Daily Telegraph in England. This is a press release that went out in advance of my speaking tour of the UK in October. It's by Tim Ross, and the headline is Richard Dawkins accused of cowardice for refusing to debate the existence of God. And I wanted to read portions of this article to you because it's been sending ripples all through the blogosphere in the UK and elsewhere. He says, Richard Dawkins has made his name as the scourge of organized religion, who branded the Roman Catholic Church evil and once called the Pope a leering old villain in a frock. But he now stands accused of cowardice after refusing 4 invitations to debate the existence of God with a renowned Christian philosopher. A war of words has broken out between the best-selling author of The God Delusion and his critics, who see his refusal to take on the American academic, William Lane Craig, as a glaring failure and a sign that he may be losing his nerve. Professor Dawkins maintains that Craig is not a figure worthy of his attention, and has reportedly said that such a contest would look good on his opponent's CV, that is his resume, but not on his own. Professor Craig is due to visit Britain in October this year. 4 invitations to take part in public debates were sent to Professor Dawkins from the British Humanist Association, the Cambridge Debating Union, the Oxford Christian Union, and Premier Radio. Professor Dawkins declined them all. He told the Daily Telegraph that he had recently debated Professor Craig in a boxing ring in Mexico, and he claimed he was not impressed by his opponent. His critics say this event was a 6-person discussion, not a rigorous debate, but Professor Dawkins disagrees. I have no intention of assisting Craig in his relentless drive for self-promotion, he said. Some of Professor Dawkins' contemporaries are not impressed. Dr. Daniel Kame, a philosophy lecturer and fellow atheist from Worcester College, Oxford, wrote to him, urging him to reconsider his refusal to debate the existence of God with Professor Craig. In a letter to Professor Dawkins, Dr. Kame said, the absence of a debate with the foremost apologist for Christian theism is a glaring omission on your CV, and is, of course, apt to be interpreted as cowardice on your part. I notice that by contrast, you are happy to discuss theological matters with television and radio presenters and other intellectual heavyweights like Pastor Ted Haggard of the National Association of Evangelicals, and Pastor Keenan Roberts of the Colorado Hell House. Professor Craig, however, remains willing to debate with Professor Dawkins. Quote, I am keeping the opportunity open for him to change his mind and debate with me in the Sheldonian Theater in Oxford in October, he said. Professor Craig will be using his UK tour to analyze the God delusion and to present his own strong rational grounds for belief in God. His tour will include a London conference on the defense of Christianity and a debate in Manchester with the atheist Peter Atkins, professor of chemistry at Oxford University, on the existence of God. Well, you can imagine the provocation that this article represents to Richard Dawkins. I was somewhat amused at his comment about my relentless drive for self-promotion. Being accused of being self-promoting by Richard Dawkins is, as Sam Harris remarks, sort of like being accused of being having bad taste by Lady Gaga. the fact is that I haven't sought to have this debate with Dawkins. This has been set up by these independent groups, and this has been nothing that's been on my agenda. In fact, I've actually never set up any debate. It's always been simply a response to the invitation of groups on campus. But we'll see if this provokes Professor Dawkins into a debate. I'm rather skeptical that it will, but what they plan to do at the Sheldonian Theatre in Oxford is set up the stage for a debate format with an empty table, an empty chair, where Dawkins will be given the opportunity to the last minute to show up and join in the debate. But if he doesn't, then I'll simply give a lecture criticizing his arguments in the God delusion against the existence of God.
For more resources from Dr. William Lane Craig, visit our website at reasonablefaith.org. You'll find articles, debates, audio-video downloads, and much more. That's reasonablefaith.org. The copyright for this material is owned by Dr. William Lane Craig.